Hello, it's Charles with Uber Eats. Today is Monday, May 11, 2026, and I am blessed and grateful because I received that precious gift of tomorrow with God's wake-up call, and I got to see another day here in beautiful, sunny, warm Tampa, Florida. And you also woke up this morning and received that precious gift of tomorrow with God's wake-up call, and you got to see another day here on earth. Tomorrow is a precious gift to receive because not everybody got God's wake-up call this morning and got to see another day here on earth. So I, for one, am most definitely blessed and feel grateful to the good Lord for allowing me another day here on earth. God is good. God is great. Always and always. And I'm blessed to have Jesus Christ in my life. Jesus Christ is my Savior, Jesus is my Redeemer, and Jesus is my advocate. I love Jesus Christ and I love the Lord. I had a fantastic day yesterday. Enjoyed a delicious big breakfast with hotcakes at McDonald's and had several cups of coffee. That was phenomenal. I enjoyed a wonderful weather day in Tampa, Florida. It wasn't that forecast that weather-atlas.com gave yesterday for the weather was not entirely correct. It wasn't gloomy. I forget the exact verbiage, what they said, but it said it was going to be overcast. That was it. It was said it was going to be overcast in Tampa for most of the day. It wasn't. It was mostly partly cloudy, partly sunny most of the day. So it wasn't overcast at all in my estimation. So it was a beautiful day, beautiful, warm, sunny day yesterday in Tampa. Not a bit of rain, and I made a fantastic money with my Uber Eats business yesterday. It kind of slipped my mind that yesterday was Mother's Day. But I was reminded quickly that it was Mother's Day because of all the people I saw out eating with their parents and their mother yesterday. I can't speak for most other restaurants, but IHOP made a killing yesterday with Mother's Day. IHOP must be the place to go to take your mom out to eat, at least in Florida, because every IHOP I went into yesterday, either drove by or went to, was slammed yesterday for Mother's Day. So I made great money yesterday with Mother's Day, and I had a fantastic night's sleep in the camper where I sleep at night. So just a fantastic day all around, and I completed that quest I was on for 60 trips. So I made an additional $300 on that second quest I'm on, and I'm starting a second quest. Well, the first quest of the week. I'm starting a new quest this week. In 80 trips, I have to do 80 trips today, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And if I do that, I'll make an additional $349 over those 4 days. And I don't anticipate having any trouble doing that. So I'm going to have another fantastic earnings week this week with Uber Eats. I'm very blessed and fortunate that God has put me here in this time and place here in Tampa, Florida, where I can make a fantastic living with my Uber Eats business. I'm enjoying fantastic weather and delicious food anytime, any day I want. So very blessed and fortunate that God has put me here in Tampa, Florida. Well, anyway, the time right now, this Monday morning, is 5:20 a.m. And according to that website, weather-atlas.com, the sun will rise today at 6:42 a.m. That's 1 hour and 22 minutes from now. And then the sun will set later on this evening at 8:10 p.m. So today, Tampa will enjoy over 12 hours and 28 minutes of daylight. When I got back to the camper last afternoon, I bought this Powerball ticket like I said I would. There goes the Powerball ticket. I played my normal numbers of 14, 22, 25, 37, 49, and the Powerball of 23. So this is for tonight's drawing, Monday, May 11th. And according to the digital readout up here at this Circle K, the jackpot is worth 57 million. If probably more close after taxes, probably close to 20 million or 25 million. But there goes my ticket I bought. I bought this yesterday at 4:34 p.m. at that Circle K by my camper where I sleep at night. I'm sitting outside here at my normal pump at the Circle K, and gas is continuing to drop down at this Circle K. It's down another 4 cents from yesterday, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days straight in a row that it's dropped. It was a high of 4.49 on Wednesday the 6th. It dropped 2 cents on Thursday. It dropped another 3 cents on Friday. Saturday it dropped 10 cents. And then yesterday it dropped another 3 cents. Well, today it's down another 4 cents to 4.27 a gallon. And according to AAA and Gas Buddy, gas is continuing to drop in Florida. It's dropped in Florida 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row. It dropped Friday, it dropped 2 cents Friday to 4.49. Saturday it dropped another 3 cents to 4.46. Yesterday it dropped 4 cents to 4.42. Well, it's down another 4 cents this morning to 4.38. And the price of gas in the United States has dropped 1, 2, 3 days in a row. It dropped a penny Saturday to 4.54. It dropped another penny yesterday morning to 4.53. Well, it's down another penny this morning to 4.52. So gas at this Circle K is better than the Florida state average by 11 cents, and it's better than the national average by 25 cents, I believe. Yeah, 25 and 4.27 is 4.52. So overall, great trends in the last 4 or 5 days, both at this Circle K nationally and in the state of Florida. I also checked out, when I got back to the camper last night to record all the tips, I also checked out to see if anybody had responded to my service to let me know how I did, and not a single person gave me any upvotes. So I had 0 upvotes yesterday, which is disappointing. I didn't remind any of my customers of the survey or ask them to respond to my service. It was very busy yesterday on account of Mother's Day, and it kind of slipped my mind, but I'll get back on track with this, doing that today and through the rest of the week to get back to make sure I'm getting some more upvotes and reach my goal of 700 in all of those metrics by the end of the year. I also checked out what that website weather-atlas.com had to say about the weather. I only went to I only went to that web source, that website, and 10 Tampa Bay News to check out the weather. I kind of got sidetracked when I got back to the camper. I had some things I needed to straighten up, and I got offline with my usual routine. But I did check out a couple resources for the weather. According to weather-atlas.com, it says gray and overcast skies will be present on Monday, May 11 in Tampa. The high temperature will reach a hot 91 degrees and then fall to a low warm of 73 degrees. Winds will be relatively calm out of the southwest at 9 miles an hour with high humidity of 64%. No rain is expected to accumulate, with a low probability of precipitation of 7%. So it's going to be another dry, hot day here in Tampa, Florida. And then I went on to check out 10 Tampa Bay News YouTube. This video was uploaded 2 days ago, Saturday, May 9th. It featured meteorologist Colleen Campbell. Colleen Campbell said the timing of the front has changed. That's going to impact Florida. According to the European model, this front has slowed down substantially, according to Colleen Campbell. She says that this front will impact Tampa on Tuesday more so than on Monday. No severe weather is expected Monday or Tuesday in Tampa, with only upwards of 1/4 of an inch of rain falling over those 2 days. So very little rain is going to fall throughout Tampa Bay. She said today expect a high of 90 and a low of 77, and only a 30% chance of rain, mostly falling on Monday night through Tuesday, according to meteorologist Colleen Campbell. I'm going to go ahead and get started on this drink. I've been inside already to the Circle K, and I got a full cup of free ice in there, mostly crushed ice, in my McDonald's cup. You see that free ice? And today, like I said I would, I'm having this peach tea flavor of the Monster Rehab Revive, Refresh, Recover peach tea. And with today being May 11, and this can saying B2616, B is the second letter of the alphabet. So this can was made February the 16th of this year. So this can, in 5 days, this can will be 3 months old. March, April, May. So this can is just 5 days shy of 3 months old. Or another way to look at it, you've got 12 days left in February, and then you've got the months of March and April, and then you've got 11 days into May. So you could also say that this can is 13 days and 2 months old. So either way you look at it, this can is very fresh peach tea. I'm going to go ahead and get it cracked open and see if it's any good ice cold. It should all go out into this cup. This McDonald's cup holds a lot. Most of it went in there just shy of a sip. There it goes. We'll see if this peach tea is any good ice cold in my McDonald's cup here. Check it out. Oh yeah, that's delicious. That's fantastic. It's not my favorite, but it's delicious. I like peach tea, green tea, tea and lemonade, and then wild berry isn't my favorite. It's my least favorite of the four, but it's delicious, refreshing, and rejuvenating like the other 3 cans, but it's just not my favorite. It's my 4th favorite. But that peach tea is delicious too. I like it nearly as well as the other 2, green tea and tea and lemonade. Fantastic. Monster Rehab is just a fantastic drink. Keeps me hydrated. 1 can keeps me hydrated most of the day, even in these hot summer like temperatures in Tampa. Keeps me hydrated most of the day. Just a fantastic drink, and it seems to perk me up and keep me more alert throughout the day. So just Monster Rehab is just a fantastic drink. Delicious. Well, like I said, I wrote down all my tips I collected on this sheet where I record all my trips, and I delivered to 20 customers yesterday, and I did that in 18 trips, so I had 2 doubles along the way. I started out the day picking up a breakfast order for Carl. Carl wanted breakfast from McDonald's on East Fletcher. Carl's fare was $2, and he tipped me $3.48, so I made $5.48 for delivering McDonald's to Carl's house. Thank you so much for that tip and the business, Carl. I really appreciate you, and you helped me get to my goal of 60 trips on this second quest I was on for the week, so I appreciate that too from you, Carl. Thank you so much for that $3.48 tip. After dropping off Carl's breakfast from the McDonald's on East Fletcher, I went on to pick up donuts for Gina. Gina wanted donuts from Hole in One Donuts 3 on North Florida. Gina was very generous and kind, gave me a big tip, $8 and a penny, and her fare was $2, so made $10 and a penny for delivering those donuts to Gina's house. Thank you so much, Gina, for the overly generous over $8 tip. Really appreciate you. I had the impression that was a gift to your mom, so I hope she appreciated you sending her donuts. I got the impression it wasn't her house. It wasn't Gina's house, because whoever answered the door was startled and wasn't really expecting me to come there with donuts. So I'm pretty sure that was Gina's mom I delivered to. After dropping off those donuts to Gina's mom's house, I went on to pick up a double. This double was for Jake and Austin. Jake also wanted hole-in-one donuts, 3 from North Florida Avenue, and Austin wanted pop-up bagels on North Dale Mabry. Jake and Austin, their fare was $6.35, and they decided to be generous and kind and thoughtful and give me a big tip, $11.19. So I made $17.54 for delivering hole-in-one donuts and pop-up bagels to Jake and Austin's house. That might have been my best paying trip of the day. $17.54. There's a 15. There's a 14. No, there's a 21 down here. So yeah, my best paying trip was $21.03 to Jess's house. But that was a fantastic paying trip nonetheless. I appreciate you so much, Jake and Austin. Get another drink here, getting dry. After dropping off Austin's pop-up bagel order, I went on to pick up a single for Ronald. Ronald wanted Cracker Barrel on West Hillsborough Avenue. Ronald was generous and kind and thoughtful and tipped me $7.54, and I got a fare of $2. So I was scheduled to make $9.54. I say scheduled because later on, an hour later, when the tip got closed out from the Cracker Barrel order, I found out that Ronald gave me an additional $4. So I'm not sure why, but Ronald was, for whatever reason, impressed with my service and my timely delivery. So he actually tipped me $11.54. Thank you so much for that very generous $11.54 tip, Ronald. I really appreciate that. That was overly kind and generous of you. Appreciate you so much. That was one of my better paying single runs of the day. Then I went on to pick up an order for Flo. Flo wanted Village Inn on Tampa Road. Flo was generous and kind and thoughtful and gave me a tip of $8.06, and her fare was $2. So I was scheduled to make $10.06 for delivering that order to Flo's house. I say scheduled because Flo gave me an additional $5, added $5 to my tip when it got closed out an hour later. So Flo actually tipped me $13.06. I made $15.06 ultimately once everything got closed out. Thank you so much for the very generous $13.06 tip, Flo. I really appreciate you so much. That was more than I can expect. Over $8 was more than I could expect for a tip. So $13 was much appreciated, and thank you so much, Flo, for the very generous $13 tip. That might have been another Mother's Day delivery. I don't recall much of the details of that delivery, but that might have been another Mother's Day trip for Flo. Thank you so much, Flo, for that generous $13 tip. After dropping off that order for Flo, I went on trip number 6 was for Greg. Greg wanted wanted energy drinks from Speedway on State Road 580 West. Greg tipped me $2, then I earned a fare of $4.06. So I made $6.06 for picking up those energy drinks for Greg from the Speedway on 580, State Road 580. Thank you for the business and the tip, Greg. I really appreciate you. Then I went on trip number 7 was another I think this was still in the breakfast hour. Even though IHOP, you can get breakfast all day long naturally, but I think I was still in their breakfast hour, and I picked up this order for Katie. Katie wanted IHOP on Highway 19 North. Katie was generous and kind and thoughtful, gave me a big tip, $12.13, and her fare was $2. So I made $14.13 for picking up IHOP from IHOP on Highway 19. Thank you so much for that generous over $12 tip. I made great money yesterday. Tips were on average higher, and it was very busy. It was a very busy day. So Mother's Day is a great money earner, at least in Tampa, Florida. I can say the same for most cities that I've delivered in. I made great money delivering on Mother's Day in Columbus. I didn't deliver on Mother's Day in Oklahoma City. I worked most of my time. I worked at that Hobby Lobby warehouse in Oklahoma City, but I made great money in Las Vegas and in Southern Texas delivering Uber Eats on Mother's Day. Made great money in most other cities. So I can say the same now for Tampa Bay. After dropping off that IHOP order for Katie, I went on to pick up trip number 8 for Kayla. Kayla wanted Kiki breakfast on Highway 19 North. Kayla was generous and kind and tipped me $1.75, and I earned a fare of $8.27, so made $10.02 for delivering Kiki breakfast to Kayla's house. Thank you so much for the business and the tip, Kayla. I appreciate you. Then I went on trip number 9 for William. William wanted King Kong bagels on East Lake Road. William's fare was $4.60, and I earned a tip of $2.46, so I made $7.06 for delivering King Kong bagels to William's house. Thank you for the tip and the fare, William. Appreciate you. Then I went on 1, 2, 3, 4. I went on 4 singles in a row before picking up a double, and then 4 more singles. Jess, Luke, Angel, and Brandon gave me fantastic fares and tips. Jess tipped me $5.29 for delivering Bacon Street Diner on Highway 19. Luke tipped me $2 for delivering Village Inn on Bay Pines Boulevard. Angel tipped me $3 for delivering Taco Bell from 66th Street. And Brandon tipped me $5 for delivering IHOP on Park Boulevard. Brandon, Angel, Luke, and Tess were all very kind and generous, and I appreciate your tips and business. You all helped me get to my goal of 20 trips for the day and ultimately 60 trips for this quest I was on. So you helped me earn an additional $300 on this second quest for the week. So I appreciate that so much from you. You were all very kind and generous. Then after dropping off Brandon's IHOP order, I picked up a double. This was my best paying run. No, I was mistaken. I initially thought this was my best paying run of the day, but that trip number 10 was my best paying trip of the day, 2103. So thank you for that, Jess. This was my second best run of the day, this double. For Sunny and Ariel. Sunny wanted Pho Quinn, not sure how to say that, but it's spelled P-H-O, and then it says Q-U-E-Y-E-N, Pho Quinn Vietnamese restaurant on Park Boulevard North. Sunny and Ariel tipped me $6, and their fare was $14.09, so I made $20.09 for delivering to Sunny and Ariel's house. Thank you so much for the business and the tip I got from you, Sunny and Ariel. They were much appreciated. Then I wrapped up the day with 4 straight singles in a row. 15, 16, 17, and 18 were all singles. Julie wanted Jersey Mike's on Gulf Boulevard. I got a tip of $5.58 and a fare of $4.41, so I made $9.99 for picking up Jersey Mike on Gulf Boulevard for Julie. Thank you so much for that generous tip. Then I went on trip number 16 was a Walmart run for Ray. Ray wanted Walmart picked up from 34th Street. I got a fare of $11.03 and a generous tip of $7.58. I generally don't get good tips for Walmart orders, but that was a fantastic fare and tip I got from you, Ray, so I appreciate that. I appreciate you, and I appreciate the business, Ray. Then, after dropping off Ray's Walmart order to his house, I went on trip number 17 for Bensie. Bensie wanted 7-Eleven picked up from Gulf Boulevard. As I recall, that was 2 big gulps, and I think some of those gummy sour candies, worms, those gummy worms. I got a fare of $2 and a tip of $4.49 for delivering 2 big gulps and gummy worms to Bensie's house. I made $6.49 for delivering that to Bensie's house. Thank you so much for the tip and the fare I got from you, Bensie. Then I wrapped up the day with trip number 18 for Brandy. Brandy wanted Shanner's Land and Sea Market. I never been there before. That was a brand new location. I never picked up anything from Shanner's Land and Sea Market. I would have remembered writing that down. That place is located on Pass Grill Way, P-A-S-S-A Grill Way. I think in St. Petersburg Beach. St. Petersburg Beach is where that's located. Brandy's fare was $2.48, and she tipped me $7.05. I was scheduled to make $9.53, but Brandy increased my tip an hour later, $4 more. So she actually tipped me $11.05. Ultimately I made $13.53. So thank you so much for boosting my tip and give me an additional $4. You actually tipped me over $11. Thank you so much for that kind, generous, and thoughtful tip, Brandy. I really appreciate you. And you got me to my goal of 80 trips for this quest, so I appreciate that from you too. Thank you so much for the overly generous $11 tip, Brandy. Well, I'm going to wrap this video up and get in and enjoy another delicious breakfast at the McDonald's and get this new quest for the week kicked off. God bless you all. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend like I did. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Goodbye for now.